Here's something nobody tells you about building a house in the Bay Area. The scary number isn't the construction, it's the dirt underneath it. On the peninsula, an empty, buildable lot regularly lists for over $1 million before you pour a foundation or even pick out a single faucet. And builders will tell you that the land alone eats up 30 to 50% of what you'll actually spend. So today, I'm going to show you when building wins, when buying move-in ready is the smarter call, and the 4 numbers that decide it for you before you spend a single dollar. When you build, the construction price is the number everybody stares at, and it's also the number that fools them. Bay Area builders looking at their own 2026 numbers put new construction anywhere between $450 and $950 a square foot, depending how custom you want to get. Most custom homes land between $550 and $750 a square foot once you add in design, permits, site work, and finishes. So that means a 2,500 square foot custom home runs you around $1.4 to $2.4 million. And that's just the building part. Now here's the part that catches people. That's before the land. And the same builder will tell you land is 30 to 50% of the whole thing. So you can take your $2.4 million build and add nearly that much again in dirt before you've done a single thing. Now, here's one spot where that flips. The very top tier of the peninsula. We'll get to it. I've watched buyers price out a beautiful $600 a square foot build and feel great about it. Then they go quiet when they realize that the lot alone costs just as much or more than the house that they're putting on it. So here's the truth. If you buy land at full price and then build on it, your all-in number usually ends up higher than what a finished home costs in the same neighborhood. Building only starts to win when you already own a good lot and when total control of the design matters to you more than the money. That's your first filter. Quick note on who's walking you through this. I'm Jessica Heredia, a realtor here in Silicon Valley, and I've spent years studying how this peninsula actually works, from zoning documents to MLS data, because the buyers who end up regretting their purchases here usually miss something nobody told them to look for. When you work with me, you work directly with me from start to finish every step of the way. My contact information is in the description below, so send me an email if you want to start navigating your real estate journey here in the Bay Area. And if this is helping you make sense of the real estate market here in the Bay Area, take a second to like the video and subscribe, because every week I break down how Silicon Valley real estate actually works, neighborhood by neighborhood, so you can make a move this big with a clear head instead of just guessing. Now, here's the thing. Money isn't even what surprises my clients the most. It's the clock, and let me show you. Building is slow, and probably slower than you think, by years if that. Compare that to buying move-in ready, where you're often holding the keys within 30 days once you're under contract. That's the normal Bay Area escrow window. But building runs on a completely different time clock. Here's how the builders lay it out. From the first design meeting to move in, a Bay Area custom home can take you 12 to 24 months of actual building. Then add another 3 to 8 months of prep work before a shovel even hits the dirt. That's design, engineering, soil reports, permits, stack it all up, and you're looking at well over a year and a half. Often more than 2 years, depending on the city, whether you're on a hillside or how smoothly those permits go. Now, here's what else that means in real life. While you build, you're usually paying for 2 places at once. You're covering rent or another mortgage on top of the loan that's paying for the build. None of that shows up on the construction bill. Hang on to that 2 places at once idea, because when we get to financing, you'll see why those extra months hit your wallet twice, not once. Now, here's something worth sitting with. There are really 2 buyers watching this. One of you already has a lot or an old house that you want to tear down on a street that you love. For you, building is really on the table. The other is starting from zero and just wants the right house. For you, every number I'm giving you points in one direction. Keep that in mind, because it changes which answer is yours. So why does anyone even build at all? Because in a handful of neighborhoods, the math actually gets tighter. Let me show you where. In the priciest pockets of the peninsula, building isn't crazy. Sometimes it's the only way you get the house that you actually want. And here's why. In the top markets, the price per square foot of high-end custom work climbs to the very top of the range. Luxury builds can run past $900 a square foot, and cities like Atherton, Saratoga, Menlo Park, and Woodside sit at $600 to $800 plus before you add anything tricky. The lots make it even harder. Hillside lots in places like Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Woodside need extra foundation work, retaining walls, drainage, and grading. Builders will tell you those things alone can add anywhere from 15 to 30% on top of your base building costs. But here's where it gets interesting. In these same markets, land can already already costs almost as much as a smaller or older finished home. A buildable lot on a great street can be priced close to what a move-in ready home sells for nearby. And when that happens, the gap between building and buying gets smaller. So here's the test. If the lot already costs about what the finished house would, building stops being the expensive choice and starts being the only way that you'll get exactly what you want. Who actually wins here? Usually the buyer who already owns the lot, or the buyer who wants a level of design and quality that just doesn't exist on the resale market at any price, and ideally, they're gonna really maximize the use of the lot that they're purchasing. So if you got an old house to tear down on a great street, and the bones of the location are perfect, schools, commute, the feel of the neighborhood, building can really make sense. You're upgrading a house without paying the land premium all over again. So the answer isn't building is bad, it's building depends. But even in the markets where building does make sense, there's still one hurdle waiting, and it has nothing to do with the lot or the build. Buying a finished home and paying for a build are not the same animal, not even close. When you buy move-in ready, you get a regular mortgage. The full amount comes through at closing. You typically put 20% down, that's one loan and one set of payment. A build from the ground up runs on a construction loan, and the rules are tougher. Lenders usually want a credit score of 680 or higher. They want 20 to 25% down, if not more, based on what the finished home is expected to be worth. And they may even want detailed plans and a signed contract with a licensed builder before they'll hand over a single dime. The rate typically runs higher too. Construction loans have been running about 1 to 2 points above regular mortgages, landing around 8 to 9%. A regular loan on a finished home sits closer to 6.5% today. And the money doesn't come all at once. It comes out in stages called draws. At each step, foundation, framing, the mechanical stuff finishes, an inspector signs off before the bank sends the next chunk. Here's the part that hits twice. Remember those two places you're paying for during the build? On a construction loan, you're covering that, rent, or another mortgage, plus interest on every draw the bank sends out. That's the two ways those extra months hit you at once, and that's before the extras. You're paying for the architect and engineer at 8 to 15% of the building costs. Permits and fees that can hit $60,000 to $120,000 on a single home, and a cushion of another 10 to 15% on top because something always comes up. Carrying down to rebuild, add demolition, new utility hookups, and soil report. On a lot of Bay Area lots, these prices together run anywhere from $150 to over $350 beyond the base price, especially in hillside or high-end areas. The buyers who get burned are the ones who budget the build and forget the cushion. Then the grading bill shows up, or the permit timeline slips, and there's nothing left to cover it. So when somebody tells you building saves money, the real question is, it saves money compared to what? And starting from where? Now you've got all four numbers: land, time, the premium market exception, and financing. Line them up and the answers get surprisingly clear. So here's the pattern. Building from raw land in the Bay Area is usually more expensive and a lot slower than buying a move-in ready when you're paying today's price for the land. The timeline stretches well past a year and a half against the escrow you can count in weeks. The soft costs and tougher financing pile on top of the construction number, not inside it. So think about which buyer you are, and if you already own a good lot and in a top tier market where land already costs almost as much as a finished home, or if total control of the design is worth more to you than the money and the years, building belongs on your list. For everybody else, move-in ready homes is the cleaner, faster, more predictable path. The number was never really the point, the fit is. Now, if you're weighing whether to build or buy in the Bay Area and want to talk through which one really fits your situation, shoot me an email. Whether you have a lot to sell, want to build your dream home yourself, or want someone to build it for you, I have tons of resources that I can share with you. My contact information is in the description below, and even a 10-minute conversation can give you real clarity before a decision this big. And if this video helped, subscribe so the next breakdown finds you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.